Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson. I'm back again today with another 12 trades. Today's date is December the 7th, and I'm using my brand new PIP Sniper trading system. Now I can scroll down here and show you grand total of 12 trades. They were all winners. There's my grand total, and I know for sure it's over 200 pips and ticks. Once I hit the 200 pips and ticks, I'm generally happy, and then I start thinking about closing out the trades. And this is the main reason why I do more than one trade at a time, because I never know which Forex pair or futures, I'm not sure which one's going to move the most. But if you do a bunch of trades, well, one thing for sure, virtually impossible if you do 10 trades to have 10 losers. And name of the game is let the winners run more than the losers. But I very seldom have a losing trade. It's about 1 out of every 20 or 30 trades. I keep the losers really small. And as you can see, the winners, just like on this trade right here, Euro Aussie, first one we happen to be looking at, it went up a bit. The daily trade plan said to buy, but look at what happened. If I wasn't paying attention, I would have had a winner turn into a loser. So that is one of the main reasons why you have to have trade management in order, along with money management. That also must be in order if you want to succeed at trading. Plus, as I mentioned, you must have a daily trade plan, or you will fail as a trader. Let's take a look at this daily trade plan. Now, I took a screenshot. This is a screenshot between 6:30 in the morning, and this is what gives me a decision whether I should be buying and or selling. But if there's enough price movement, the market can easily change. So you got to be aware of that, because this is moving in real time. So remember, you have to have some kind of a daily trade plan. Doesn't have to be this one, but I love this one because it's running in real time. If I want to start trading at 8 in the morning or 11 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon or 8 o'clock in the night, this thing is always kept right up to date, telling me what I should be doing, whether it's buying and or selling. And just to let you know that this has already been pre-programmed for like a day trader. So I put more weight on the 30 minutes and the 1 hour and the 4 hours. You can change the inputs so that it becomes a swing trader. And you can also change the inputs if you want to become a position trader like the banks. But most traders I'm dealing with, they just want to get in, get out, grab those pips and ticks, make money every day. So it's set up perfectly if you are a day trader. And by the way, anything that your market watch from your broker, if you can get it in the market watch, you just put it in here. I have a video that shows you step by step how to do it. Put it in here, and you got to spell it exactly the same way. Like if there's a little plus sign, a little minus sign, like an R or anything like that. You would just type it in exactly. You got to spell it right or else it won't work. But very easy to do. Once you set it up one time, and then save the preset, save the template, which I give 3 templates. Basically, they're set up for this way, dealing with the GCI platform. And 3 templates covering smaller monitor like for a laptop, and then a bigger monitor like a 20-inch or bigger. And then of course I made another template just for futures, like from the crude oil down. So whatever you want to trade, you can put it in here. The rest you just remove. Okay, now we can move into some of these trades at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking at my daily trade plan, and I'm looking at all these instruments. And out of 19 instruments, I traded 12 today. And they all were winners. Now, I'd rather have a 10 pip winner than a 50 pip loser. And if I wasn't careful, let's see where I got in first on this Euro Aussie. Wanted to be buying it. See, I got out at a pretty good time because look it, if I wasn't paying attention, guess who would be crying the blues being down 75 pips? At one point I was down 100 pips. But remember, like I said earlier, trade management. So once you start to see, and by the way, I love this super signal indicator. That's this arrow right here. Soon as that's your setup candle, that's your trigger candle. If you're in, could have made it almost 100 pips there. Nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of traders getting back to me telling me between the daily trade plan and this super signal indicator, it is fantastic, and they're starting to find a lot of success. So I ended up closing out the trade, it looks like, on this Euro Aussie. Looks like I locked in 15 pips, and those 15 pips times the lots and the money ended up paying an even $1,000. One other thing I wanted to point out on this momentum indicator, really love it. And as you can clearly see, where the arrow is and the candle before, like where this candle is, the momentum also agreed. It went from blue to red. You would have got a pop-up alert over here saying momentum cross down alert. So I actually, at this point in time, have the momentum turned on. Here it is right here, turned on. And you can adjust colors if you want. You can make little minor changes if you want. Remember, if you make any changes, you have to save the template. So I have the momentum on, and I have the super signal turned on for buy and sell signals, etc. So as I scroll up here, you can see this is the momentum where it says momentum, and when it doesn't say momentum, then it's giving you a sell alert or a buy alert. It's as simple as that. And you're going to get a lot of trades. Look at this. You know, if you're in a room and they're saying, don't trade today, there's no not enough price action, not enough of this, not enough momentum. Well, I tell you, you're going to get a lot of trades. And, you know, I got one trader, he just trades every arrow. Gets in, makes pips. Gets in, makes pips. Gets in, makes pips. 35 there. Get in, makes pips. Almost 100. You get the idea. You can trade actually in both directions. And he said if he's going against the trend, then the pips will be less. Whereas if you're going with the trend, you're going to get more pips. That's what my mentor told me 16 years ago. You can trade both directions on the 15 or the 5. Just make sure you get your timing right. That's exactly what the super signal does. Gets the timing right. It really helps to find the beginning of the up and down cycles. So you can, down on the 5 minutes or even the 15 minutes, you can scalp away. It's a great scalping tool. So I love it. I wish I had this many, many years ago. Moving right along, Euro Yen. Let's see where I did get in. Another one I wanted to be buying. qualified for a great way to trade. Momentum was blue. Remember, blue we're buying, red we're selling. Look at this arrow. Look at that move, 78 pips. Look at this arrow. Wait for a bit of a pullback like I did. Got in right here. And let's see how many pips I did get for here. Looks like about 13. And those 13 pips on this trade paid $1,019. Just looked at the time. This video is going to be a little bit longer than usual. Anyhow, euro dollar. Let's see. Wanted to be buying. Qualified for a great way to trade. And by the way, I teach all of these tips and tricks within the training videos of the PIPS sniper system. And of course, I go into greater detail on the video series called How I Trade Live Advanced Trading Tips. Let's see where I got in at. Waited for the pullback, wanted to be buying it. And I knew it was going to go up with 95% certainty. Like, in other words, here, if you pull the trigger, you're an aggressive trader. I teach that, by the way. Or if you get in here, if you're a conservative trader, if you're going to wait for the arrow, of course. And that's generally between 10 and 20 pips quicker if you're an aggressive trader. If I see it, I take it. If I don't see it here, I'll take it over here. Not a big deal. And at one point, I was up over 50. But again, I was happy with 10. Euro dollar should be 11 because it does pay $10 on each pip. And this is why you see it paid out $1,100. Moving on to the next trade, pound Aussie. Let's see where I got in at. Wanted to be buying it. Qualified for a great way to trade. And I'm glad I closed out because it wouldn't break the top and it went a lot against me. So once I realize that and I get the momentum down at the bottom, don't you just love this momentum indicator? If you're getting in at this point, right in here, could have traded in both directions. Say I got in close to the arrow. That's pumping out around 86 pips. But I bought it and I was happy with looks like 17 pips. And those 17 pips on this trade paid $1,200. Moving right along to the next trade, which is the pound yen. See where I got in here. Wanted to be buying it. There's the arrow. Another one, it wouldn't break the top and it went the other direction. Like I said, you can trade both ways. 63 pips. But I was done trading by this mark right here, which locked in 17 pips. And those 17 pips on this trade paid $1,237. Moving on to the pound dollar. This one pays $10 for each pip. So looking at the money, this should be 15. Let's see. So let's see where I got in at. Could have made a lot more, by the way. And there is no sell signals. By the way, right about now is a good time to sell. And it should go back to the goal line. These are all tips that there's no guarantee. Keep that in mind. Could have made approximately 60 over 60. And what I say, this should be 15 because it pays $10 on each pip. There it is right there, 15. 15, and that's why you see it paid out $1,500. Okay, let's continue to scroll down, look at more trades. Pound dollar we did, so now we're working on crude oil. So let's go to crude oil here. Crude oil, now on some of these I dropped it down to the 5 minutes so I can get a good reading. Wanted to be buying it, I bought it. Let's see where I got in at. Started to go up here and it could have easily, just as here going up, it could have went straight up, but it decided to do one more cycle and I wasn't too worried about it because That's just the way the market moves. And I could have made a little bit more up to here. And crude oil pays $10. So looking at the money, this should be 21. 21. There it is right there. 21 ticks. Times the $10 times the 10 lots paid out $2,100. And there's your buy signal here. Could have got in here. Another buy signal here. If you took the trade anywhere across these 4 candles, could have made 100 pips there. So, or ticks, I should say. Okay, let's move on to the next trade, which is the Dow Jones. This one pays $5 for each one. And if I'm not mistaken, all the rest of these are the instruments that move the most, pay the most. I happen to have sold them all, directly taken from my daily trade plan. So there's the arrow, qualified for a great way to trade, and obviously getting in on this arrow or this goal line would have been better, but I was happy with this. Now I took the money and divided it by 5, because it pays $5 on each tick, and the calculator says it's 49. So let's see, 49, there it is right there, 49. So times the money times the lots paid out $2,450. And just look at this, isn't this wonderful? Everything lining up right here on this arrow. And if I would have made it up to the top there, that's 220 some odd ticks. Love this super signal indicator. Love my super signal indicator. Can even call it like a magic indicator as far as I'm concerned. S&P 500, let's see now. This one pays $5. Same as the Dow. Let's see where I got in at. I wanted to be selling it. Did it exactly. Oh, look at this. If I would have taken this one, could have locked in 390. Wow, fantastic. Anyhow, and that's why you have to have trade management. You don't want to have a nice winner of almost $4,000 turning into a huge, huge loser. Okay, let's see. What did I say it was going to be? Calculator says it should be 77 ticks. 70. Well, it's not going to show me 77, but that's as close as I'm going to get, 76.9. But the calculator says it's 77, and 77 ticks paid out $3,875. Moving on to the next trade, the Russell. Now in this Russell, I wanted to be selling it directly from the daily trade plan. Glad I got out, just like all the other ones, because look at the huge move in the opposite direction. Remember, the market's very random, and this is what drives traders nuts. But if you have the daily trade plan and you have the super signal indicator, you know, a good system, momentum, everything is saying at this point, from back here, going to go down. Momentum is first. Setup candle, trigger candle. Get in anywhere across here as I teach in the videos. And looking at the money, since it pays $10 for each tick, this should be 40. Another one that's going to give me a hard time. Try one more time to show 40. There it is. I got it. You remove the last digit. 40 times $10 times 10 lots paid out $4,000. Moving on to the next trade. Happens to be the NASDAQ. Looking at the money, it's very close to 6,000. So it does pay $20 on each tick. So this should be very close to 30 ticks. So let's see where I got in at. Did exactly the same thing, made a nice move down according to the daily trade plan and my system and the momentum indicator, and then finally went the other direction. Look at this move going the other way. It's 150 ticks. And calculator says it should be 30. There it is right there. You remove the last 2 digits, so it's 30 ticks. Times at 20, times at 10 lots, paid $5,980. Okay, moving on to the last trade. Now this DAX 30, it moves a lot, it gives a lot of ticks. Look at, you include all the digits. And there's a lot in here. First of all, let's get to the DAX 30. That would help. Here we go. Let's move this arrow out of the way. 795 ticks. So let's bring the blue box in a little bit, all the way to the bottom. It's 1,080. From the top to here to the bottom, 1,080. I wanted to be selling it. So this little move right there, look at what it paid. So if you want to just focus on one thing and do multiple positions down on the 5-minute time frame, you could do that on the way down, and you could do that on the way up. So I took the calculator, divided money by $3.75, and it shows 300 ticks. 299, 303, that's as close as I'm going to be able to get. But you can get a calculator and figure it out, but it does say exactly 300 ticks. And those 300 ticks times the lots paid out $11,250. So another fantastic day of trading. Very short, less than an hour, from a little after 7 to around 7:30 to 8 o'clock, something like that. Anyhow, less than an hour for sure. I am done. While most people are just starting their day job, I am finished. I added up all the pips and the ticks. I knew it was going to be over 300, and it is, mainly because of this DAX 30. The grand total came to 605 pips and ticks, and all of those ticks, that ended up paying out $36,713. So if your system's not producing like the PIP Sniper, I recommend that you get your hands on it, and don't forget the daily trade plan. Now I put 4 packages right below this video, you'll see, and I recommend you get all 4. But if you buy any 2, you can mix and match any 2. You can take one of the other 2 totally free. It's my special offer that I'm offering to you at this time of the year. So now we can look at those packages. As I mentioned, it's a PIP Sniper system. Individually, they're $250. So if you buy 2, the third one will be free. So it's over 3 gigabytes of training. You get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now, I recommend you put the video on pause at any point, and you can read everything slowly, as I'm not going to read everything here to you. This is the Daily Trade Plan Expert Advisor, which I showed you earlier. This one has 3 videos. This one has 22, and each video is about 30 minutes long. So let's say you bought these 2. Well, let's see. You can take one of these 2 for free. So on the right side, you can take this one, Easy Trader System. This is the Super Signal Indicator. This is a great system as is. Remember what I said, put the video on pause. You can read all of this. There's 3 videos in here. And then, of course, you can also take How I Trade Live Advanced Trading Tips. It's over 2 gigabytes. There's lots of training in here. And 20 videos about 20 to 30 minutes long each. And starting right from the beginning of my trading day, starting with the Daily Trade Plan EA. So as I mentioned, you can put the video on pause, read everything here because this video is running extra long today. But these are the two packages that has the training videos. I recommend that you get both of these. And if you do get them, don't be lazy. You gotta do the homework. Because if you don't do the homework, well, you just wasted your money. And that's one of the main reasons why at least 80% of the traders are failing, is because they won't do the homework. You know, people are buying, but they're not watching the videos. So, you know, how are you going to learn how to trade if you don't do the homework? Anyhow, read everything here. If you have any questions whatsoever, pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. And of course, if you live too far, just send me an email. Here's my email address. Remember, there's an underscore right here. I do prefer Skype. Made it really easy for you. All you got to do is click on this link. We'll have a Skype connection. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you some tips and tricks and answer all your questions. And of course, I do all of that with no obligation to you. So it's time to wrap up this video. And of course, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So, until the next trading day and video, should be tomorrow, unless I have some distractions, of course. I want to wish you, between now and then, good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.